What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Today I want to talk about this rapper, Icewear Vezzo. I believe that's how you say his name, and his recent comments talking about the NFL and NBA as far as them protesting and all this nonsense. Now, you know how I feel. I believe that, you know, you have the right to say whatever you want. But as far as the shit crossing over into pop culture and into games, movies, all that stuff, leave that shit outside. Do that shit on the outside. Don't bring it into none of that shit. But anyway, let's go into this because I just want to break down one or two things, all right? So let's go. He was being interviewed with Hip Hop DX, and he was giving his thoughts on the NBA continuing their season in Orlando and how he feels the players who don't want the season to pick back up and rather protest aren't legit activists. So this is a quote. I think the players that have been involved with the protests and being activists in a sense that still want to play, I think they're genuine. But I think the ones who are taking the time right now to say they don't want to play and protest instead, I don't think that's genuine at all, says Icewear Vezzo. All right. What's different? He says, what's different from a rapper going to work and protesting? What's different from Kendrick Lamar leaving that protest and going to the studio? Or LeBron leaving a protest, then going to play ball, asked Vezzo. LeBron wants to play, but also is a person who was active during this pandemic and this whole protest situation is genuine with him. Vezzo thinks it's a bit shady that certain ballers aren't hitting the court for protesting reasons. In his mind, it's hard to tell who's serious with their cause because people have figured out how to profit off of activism. At first, people were just protesting. Now we got people who learn how to benefit from protesting and from standing up. So over the last 2 months, you get rewarded for speaking up and standing out, and people are seeing that. So I think those guys who say that just don't want to go to work. So now he goes on to the NFL. I don't think the NFL players should play because there's a different vibe with them. The NBA cares and has always accepted and appreciated our community. The NFL is not with the movement. There are no black owners, and look at what happened with Kaepernick. He got blackballed for standing up. LeBron James gets rewarded from the NBA when he speaks up. Playing in the NFL ain't no different from playing for a slave master to me. Vezzo went on further to say some of the mentalities of players, mainly quarterbacks, are influenced from the NFL's lack of interest in acknowledging racial issues plaguing the country. Wasn't Patrick Mahomes the guy who basically said he didn't understand police brutality? Like he said something wild like that? You look at these guys who are quarterbacks and you look at their mentality. It's no different from being a house nigga with that type of mentality. Think about somebody openly saying that, who's the star quarterback, having those conversations, giving that opinion and sharing that insight with his bosses and the people that pay him and that's above him. That's why they make him the star and say, yeah, we like that nigga, he can be quarterback. Okay, let me pick apart some things here. What he said about the right here, what he said about the NBA players, excuse me, let me get back over here so you can see my ugly face. What he said about the NBA players, how some of them would rather not go play and let a season ride so that way they can go protest, and them not being genuine. I think he's 100% on the money with that. I truly believe that. But the thing is, I have a problem with him. I think that for me, I'm taking his argument from that and I'm enveloping it in everything, because he tried to say that the NBA is more accepting than the NFL. They're slave masters and this and that. Okay, look, when it comes to these dudes that want to be activists and everything, I'm glad he pointed that out, because there's a lot of that shit going on. How many times have I said on this channel, these celebrities, stop fucking following them, because it's easy for them to go out there and say certain things. They're not living like the everyday normie. They're not. They're in a way higher tax bracket. They're in their own world. And listen, that's not to say that they can't take up a cause or anything. But again, when you're out here, you got your own occupation. Don't bring that shit onto the football field or the basketball court. Leave it separate. You know what I mean? You want to go protest? Do that shit over there. That's great. And where I take umbrage with him is he says the NFL, the whole NFL aspect. You don't think that Kaepernick, this dude that he's talking about, oh, look at Kaepernick. Again, there's this whole, thing where people are enamored by this dude. And he's the biggest opportunist on the planet. I find it funny that this dude, Icewear Vezzo, is saying that about certain people in the NBA, but he won't hold Kaepernick to that standard. Kaepernick's the real deal. No, he's not. He's an opportunist. This dude does not want to play. He don't want to play football. And let me tell you something. All these little sports figures or celebrities turn activists, that should tell you something. This dude is on the money when it comes to... See, I think his mistake was separating them. No. Kaepernick is exactly what this guy is talking about. Look, Kaepernick does not want to play football. He evidently does not. We don't even need to go into his antics. He's been given so many chances, and he shit on them. All right? He's in his mid-30s. He's getting more money off the field than he would get on the field, and he's not getting beaten down from it. Let me tell you something. The smartest thing that he has ever done was become this bullshit activist that all you sycophants like to follow. That's the smartest thing that he's ever done. Let me tell you, because he's making a lot of money. He don't have to do shit. What does he speak up? He speaks what? He's like the Black Bolt of NFL. If all my comic book guys know who Black Bolt is. How many times he speaks? He rarely speaks. What happens when Black Bolt speaks? This dude don't speak. You know what I mean? He speaks like once or twice, and he tweets like once. You know what I mean? So I like what he's saying, but he needs to hold everyone accountable. Don't pick and choose. And again, the whole thing where he was blackballed. Again, that whole shit started when he opted out. He was the one who left. He opted out of his contract. All right? That's we got to get rid of that whole fucking falsehood that, oh, he was blackballed and blah, blah. He opted out. That's why he originally left. Now, maybe after the fact, you could use that. I could kind of understand that, but he's locker room poison. You understand? Because he's super divisive. People don't like to admit that shit. All right. What else? What else did he say? Oh, the whole NFL is like working for your slave master. Okay. That makes zero sense, because there are people. I would even put you in this category. I swear, I would even put you in this category. There are multiple black NFL players that are living better than a bunch of us. So if that's slavery, to get paid millions and millions of dollars to get out on the field, do what most of them probably love doing, then sign me up. I mean, that's ridiculous. And then for you to go at Patrick Mahomes, for him simply saying, yeah, I don't understand it. Maybe take the brother aside, take him aside, and explain it to him. Don't call the dude a house nigga because he said, I don't understand it. And then you accuse the NFL for saying, for that statement, for him saying, yeah, I don't understand police brutality. Oh, yeah, he's our quarterback. He's going to be our star quarterback. No, what about the skill to be a quarterback? What are you talking about? It takes skill. It doesn't take you saying stupid shit for you to be a quarterback. The NFL wouldn't be where it is if they had people based off of what they say rather than their skill. I mean, they are headed down that road now because, again, now they're all social justice warriored out and shit. So you're going to see them start to take a decline. I mean, it's already started when it comes to memberships and people going to games and all that. But just want to talk about that. I think Icewear Vezzo, I'm not familiar with his music. I think he's on the money, but I think he needs to hold everyone accountable and stop giving certain people passes or certain sports that he likes passes. That's just my thoughts. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Follow me on BitChute and Brighteon under The Misanthropic One. Follow me on Parler under I'm the Misanthropic One there as well. Share this everywhere. Like it. Share this to fight the YouTube algorithm and censorship. All right? That's it. Peace, bitches.